Alright, today I'm going to be making ramen noodles with ginger and garlic and soya sauce. Let's get started. First thing you're going to need is some ramen noodles. Right here I have beef flavored ramen noodles. And I'm going to have some ginger. I have fresh ginger and fresh garlic. Alright, absolute goodness. As well as some soya sauce, okay? Absolute goodness. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and open up the ramen noodles and cook them in the back burner back there. So you have water boiling right there. And I'm going to cook the ramen noodles until they're al dente. Alright? So I'm just going to go take the ramen noodles and then place them inside of there while removing the packet right here. Alright? Absolute goodness. Alright, now while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and get everything ready right over here. So right here I have the soy sauce. I'm gonna put this right here, get that ready. And you know what? I might cut up a little bit of onion in here because I have a little piece of onion left, and I will go ahead and add that to it. I have a mushroom as well too. So I have this. And another thing you're gonna need is a grater, garlic grater or ginger grater right here for the greater good of the recipe. And the mushroom. What I'm gonna do is take the mushroom and I'm just gonna cut the mushroom a little bit. That's going to add to the flavoration. Alright, I have the mushroom right there. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the pan right there. Absolute goodness. And then I'm going to get the onion and I'm going to start to cut this up. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this pan on because I want this to start to cook. Alright, and while that's going on, I'm going to cut up the onion nicely, just like that. Alright, absolute goodness. Alright, and take this couple more slicerations and then it is ready to go in the pan as well. Absolute goodness. Now let me check up on the ramen noodles. Go ahead and flip this right here. Have the flavoration going through that, wateration. Put that in there. And in the pan, as this is heating up, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it. Alright, so I'm going to take some butter. I'm just going to add that to that right there. Absolute goodness. And I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to stir this around a little bit. All right, cool, 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 absolute goodness. All right, now this is going to heat up right here. All right, meanwhile, there's another piece of onion in here. Look at that. I'm going to cut that up and throw that in there as well too. All right. Go ahead and cut that in there. Cut this slices a little bit. All right, great. Absolute goodness. So the onion's right there. I'm going to pour that in there. And then check up on the ramen noodles. I think they should be close to being to al dente right now as we speak. Just do a double check. All right, another 10 seconds and those should be ready to be strained. I'm just going to stir in the onions. Let me zoom in right here. Do you smell that? It's going to start smelling good with the onions fritating in there. But when I add the garlic and the ginger, it's going to knock your socks off of your feet. Yeah. All right. Stir that around. Zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and strain the ramen noodles. All right. Get those in the pan right here. Out of the pan. Strain the ramen noodles. All right, I'm gonna set this to the side until we're ready and let this finish straining. Get all the excess water off of that. All right, absolute goodness. All right, now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the garlic. Let me zoom in on this right here because this is the main focus of right here. I'm gonna take the garlic and cut this up or grate it over the fried onion. All right, so I'm going to take the garlic, and it's going to start to smell great. So if you're too close to your screen trying to smell this right here, you can back up because the smell is going to go all the way to your couch. All right, so put that in there, smelling good. All right, so once that's on there, I'm going to take the ramen noodles and put that on top, and then I'm going to grate some ginger on top of this. Smell good. That's ginger, all right? And then put this on top like that. All right, the ginger's in there. And then what I'm gonna do is take some of the beef flavoration, put about half of it on there. All right, mix it up. Stir it in the pan, let it get nice and hot. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of water and put it in the pan. And this right here is gonna allow the sauce and flavoration to mix in there. Absolute goodness. All right, so let that mix. Once it mixed some, I'm gonna go ahead and take some soya sauce. Put a little bit of soy sauce on there, not too much. And then mix this up. Turn the fire off. And get my bowl ready. And then place it into the bowl right here. Absolutely, it smells so good. The ginger, the garlic, the onion, the soya sauce, the ramen noodles. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.